Have you ever wondered why bees are called the world's most important bugs? I mean, they're tiny, they're fuzzy, and they make that funny buzzing sound. But important? Like more important than my video games? Well, get ready to have your mind blown. Because these little striped aviators are some of the biggest superheroes on the planet. No capes, no super suits, just a whole lot of fuzz and a determination to keep our world spinning. And when I say bees, I'm not just talking about the famous honeybee. There are over 20,000 different kinds of bees in the world. That's more types of bees than there are types of mammals and birds combined. You've got big, fluffy bumblebees that look like flying teddy bears and solitary mason bees who are like the cool, mysterious heroes working alone. Each one has a special part to play in a giant global mission. So, are you ready to shrink down to bug size and see what all the buzz is about? You won't believe how important bees are. Let's zoom in on these tiny, fuzzy heroes and uncover their secrets. First, and this is their main superpower, bees are nature's best pollinators. Now, pollinator is a big word, but it's actually a simple and super important job. Think of it like being the world's most dedicated delivery driver. You see, flowers need to share something called pollen to make new seeds, fruits and vegetables. But flowers don't have legs. They can't just walk over to their friend and say, "Hey, can you hold this for me?" That's where our hero, the bee, comes in. When they visit flowers for a delicious, sugary drink called nectar, which is basically a flower's version of an energy drink, they get dusted with this magical yellow powder. It sticks all over their fuzzy little bodies. They're not trying to do it, it just happens. It's like when I eat a powdered donut and get powder all over my shirt. Then, they fly to the next flower for another sip, and bam, some of that pollen rubs off. They carry pollen from one bloom to another, completing the delivery. This clever trick helps plants make fruits, veggies, and seeds. It's the handshake that allows a flower to become a food. And the results are delicious. That crunchy apple in your lunchbox. A bee probably visited its flower. Those sweet strawberries on your cereal. Thank a bee. What about the almonds in your trail mix, the cucumbers in your salad, or even the pumpkin you carve for Halloween? All thanks to the hard work of our buzzing buddies. In fact, 1 out of every 3 bites of food I eat is thanks to bees. Take a look at your next meal and try to guess which foods a bee helped make. Without them, our plates would look pretty empty and boring. But it's not just the food we eat directly. Bees help clover grow, and what animals love to eat clover? Cows. So, more bees mean more clover grow, which means happy cows, which means more milk for my ice cream and cheese for my pizza. It's all connected. They also help wildflowers grow too, painting our fields and forests with beautiful colours. These plants and flowers they create provide food and homes for birds, bunnies, and even other bugs. They are the foundation of a healthy, happy ecosystem. Imagine a world without colourful flowers or juicy fruit. Pretty boring, right? That's why bees are so important for nature's balance. They're not just feeding us, they're feeding the whole neighbourhood. Okay, so they're amazing farmers. But what about their home life? It's just as incredible. Plus, bees work together in busy hives, showing us what teamwork means. A honeybee hive is like a super organised, buzzing city with tens of thousands of citizens, and every single bee has a special job to do. First, you have the one and only queen. She's not just royalty, she's a supermom. Her only job is to lay eggs, up to 2,000 a day. That's like having 2,000 new brothers and sisters every single day. Yikes. Then you have the nurse bees, who are the official babysitters, feeding and caring for all those baby bees, called larvae. There are builder bees, the architects who build the amazing honeycomb structure out of wax they make themselves. They use hexagons because it's the strongest and most efficient shape to store honey and raise babies. How smart is that? And every city needs security, right? Guard bees protect the hive entrance, checking every bee that comes in to make sure it belongs to the colony. No trespassers allowed. And of course, you have the foragers, the adventurers who gather nectar and pollen. When a forager finds a great patch of flowers, she flies back to the hive and performs a special waggle dance. It's a secret code. The direction and length of the dance tells her sisters the exact direction and distance to the food. It's like a bee GPS, but way cooler. All this teamwork leads to one of nature's sweetest treasures. Even the honey I love on my toast. That's made by worker bees, drop by drop by drop. They collect nectar, store it in a special honey stomach, and back at the hive, they pass it to another bee. They add special enzymes, store it in a honeycomb cell, and then fan it with their wings to help the water evaporate and make it thick and sweet. Get this, a single worker bee will only make about 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey in her entire life. That means it takes thousands of bees working together to make just 1 jar of honey. Now that's what I call teamwork. But here's a twist. These incredible creatures, these superheroes of the natural world, need my help. Life is getting tough for bees. Things like pesticides, which are chemicals used on farms, can make them sick, and pollution from our cars and factories can harm them too. Plus, as we build more cities and roads, we leave fewer fields of flowers for them to find food. This is called habitat loss, and it's like someone tearing down your kitchen and your bedroom. But don't worry, this story doesn't have to have a sad ending. because we can all be bee buddies. The solutions are actually pretty simple and fun. You can help by planting a few wildflowers in your yard, on your balcony, or in a window box. Bees love colourful flowers like lavender, sunflowers, and poppies. It's like setting up an all-you-can-eat buffet for them. You can also make a bee bath. Just a shallow dish of water with some pebbles or marbles in it for the bees to land on. Flying is thirsty work, and they need a safe place to get a drink. And if you see a bee, don't be scared. It's not looking for you, it's looking for flowers. Just stay calm, admire its fuzzy coat, and let it go about its very important business. So, next time I spot a bee buzzing by, I'll remember this little insect is a superhero, keeping my world blooming and delicious. They are tiny giants who carry the weight of our ecosystem on their little wings. Let's be kind to bees, because they take care of me too. By helping them, we're helping ourselves, our food, and our beautiful planet. Now that's a pretty sweet deal.